Today's video, woman admits women are the reason why dating is so hard and terrible.
Okay, single Toronto girls in their 20s, where are we meeting men that aren't absolutely horrible? For context, I'm 25 years old and I'm a bit over going to the bars and clubs right now because it's always the same crowd or people who are like 20 years old, and that's a little too young for me. I've also tried the apps and I'm off of them. I've tried Hinge, I've tried Raya, I've deleted them and re-downloaded them, and there's just like actually no good men left on there. Like, when I reflect back, anytime I meet someone more meaningful, I've met them through mutual friends, but I fear I'm out of options right now. So I'll gladly take any suggestions, or I'll just happily embrace being single right now, which is also very much okay. So, yeah.
She's out of options and finally ready to take suggestions. She's asking, where are single women in their 20s supposed to meet men? Here's the honest answer. Men are everywhere. You've just made most venues off limits, or you're not actually receptive when you're there. Let's talk real solutions. First, stop treating every public space like a no-approach zone. Men have been trained that approaching women in gyms, coffee shops, bookstores, or grocery stores is harassment. If you actually want to meet men organically, you need to signal availability and openness. Make eye contact, smile, create opportunities for conversation. Men will approach when they feel it's welcome, but you have to communicate that it's welcome. Second,
I know there's going to be a whole bunch of wounded and broken birds in my comment section talking about I have internalized misogyny and I'm a pick-me. I mean, if I had $1 for every time I was called a pick-me for calling out the toxic bullshit that women do, my house would be paid off. I've worked 12-hour shifts before. I have been on my feet for 12 plus hours. And when I tell you that shit hurts, like your calves is throbbing, the ball of your feet is crying, and especially when you finally get home and you're like, I'm hungry and there is nothing to eat that does not require me to prepare it, you just want to cry. You really, really want to cry. So seeing that, where you're working 12-hour plus shifts and you are grinding and you getting your check and you're making your check. Like, say, for example, you're making like a little bit above minimum wage and you're bringing in $400 or $500 a week. And then some flat purse ass bird is like, I only want to go to a Michelin star restaurant. I want to go eat at Ruth Chris. Cheesecake Factory is for broke people. And I'm just sitting there like, so a whole week's worth of wage to go take your goofy ass to a restaurant on a first date. Bitch, have you lost your ever-loving mind? Mind you, I don't even date women. I'm not attracted to women. But looking at the math, just the math alone, like, I get it. You got to charge it to the game if you're a man, and especially if you're trying to properly court a woman. But just looking at the math alone, my financially literate ass, I'm like, have you lost your ever-loving mind? And then what makes this whole situation so bad is these bitches won't even take themselves to go eat at the same restaurant, but demand that level of standard for a man that they do not hold themselves to. I think that's what really grinds my gear, is you expect a man to treat you to a lifestyle that you can't even fucking afford. You want a man to give you an experience that you yourself cannot afford. You want a man to sit there and financially support a lifestyle that you yourself cannot afford. I think that's the thing that really has me a little tight. Because in this day and age, especially when the economy is, kind of sketchy and shit is just high as fuck, and y'all make it so loud and obvious that you don't date for the sole intent and purpose of finding a partner. You're not dating for the sole purpose and intent to be with someone that you're willing to do life with. You just want to eat because your bitch ass can't afford to go out to the restaurants that you demand this individual to go through. And then another thing that really grinds my gear is you hold these men to a standard and you don't like them. That is the most, really fucked up part about the entire situation. You don't like those dudes, but the motherfucker that you really like, Pookie that you really, really like, you will gladly spread your legs open and have him put you through the mattress like a spatchcock chicken for free. As a matter of fact, you will open up your wallet and give him money. You will have him driving your car for free. And that's the hypocrisy of it all. Y'all sit there and bitch and complain and cry about patriarchy, but yet you want to reap the benefits and the rewards of patriarchy. If that ain't some hypocritical bullshit, I really don't understand it. This is why I told my son, don't spend a single dollar on a chick unless she is like seriously committed to being your girlfriend. But after the shit that we're going through right now, I don't know about that either. Because it seems like when you treat a woman good, she want to act stupid. But when you treat her like shit, then that's when she falls in line. And I cannot believe I'm watching this shit happen in real time.
Woman admits women are why dating is terrible. She's absolutely right. Men in our 20s have watched the same story play out over and over. Women had that loyal guy at 18 to 25 who would have died to protect them. A man who was devoted, faithful, ready to build. And she left him. Why? Because he wasn't perfect enough, rich enough, exciting enough. She wanted to see what else was out there. Now those women are 30 plus, wondering where all the good men went. They left you, or you left them, and they learned their lesson. Men see this pattern and realize loyalty and devotion don't matter if you're not in the top 20% of looks and income. Why sacrifice everything for someone who'll leave anyway? And here's the other issue. Men realize we can't build with most women. You say you want fancy restaurants, upscale experiences, sophisticated lifestyles. But when we take you there, you can't pronounce the menu, don't know what you're eating, can't figure out which fork to use. You're not there for the experience, you're there for content. 75 photos before you even sit down, curating the perfect aesthetic for Instagram, performing refinement you don't actually possess. Men aren't looking for perfection, we're looking for substance. Someone who wants to build, not just post about building. Someone who values partnership over performance. Dating is hard because women discarded the men who offered that, chasing validation and status instead. Now everyone's paying the price.
I just posted a video today talking about how I think the most optimal way to date as a woman is to have a roster in the early stages of dating. And I have more thoughts on this. So number one, obviously nobody wants to be part of somebody's roster, but nobody's exclusive after one date, or usually that's not the case unless, I don't know, for some reason you guys discussed that. So I actually have the belief that you should be exclusive within 3 dates. But let me explain my thought process. First of all, when I'm saying roster, I don't mean like dating 12 guys for 3 months and dragging it out. I'm talking about using a roster in the early stages of dating as a buffer when you're the most vulnerable as a woman. But I also believe in locking in pretty quickly when somebody proves that they're serious. So for me, that's 3 dates. So the way I see it, date 1 is like a baseline chemistry check. You come in, you see the vibes, you figure out generally like, yeah, we kind of want the same thing. Date 2 is like, okay, we already know each other. There's a level of familiarity. Now let's see if like we align on values, lifestyle, everything. Date 3 is kind of like a consistency check. Like, have they shown consistency and effort the last 3 times? Is there a good emotional fit here? And then kind of like ironing up anything else you haven't really learned about them that's like crucial for being in a relationship. After that, I genuinely think you're like good to go to like make it exclusive. I'm not saying like your boyfriend and girlfriend, but you should absolutely have that conversation and being like, yeah, we're not seeing anybody else. It's just, let's just like seriously pursue each other. I definitely don't believe in dragging anything out for a long period of time. But I also agree with the people that like, no, you really can't develop a deep attachment when you're spreading yourself thin, which is the whole point in the early stages. But by date 3, you should know, do you want to see somebody seriously or not and give this a real shot? So like date 1, you just don't know them well enough. Like you just met, this is a stranger. Date 2, you're still getting closer, but there's still things you need to figure out about each other. But after that point, like there really is no reason why you shouldn't be exclusive with somebody if you're genuinely looking for a serious relationship. And I think this is where guys get so worked up because they're like, what guy would want to be on a roster? Well, truth be told, everyone's kind of on a roster because by date 1 and 2, like you're not exclusive yet. If there's an expectation that you're like fully exclusive by date 1, that should be totally spoken about because most people don't even follow that standard. I think 3 dates is like a proper amount of time. So you're not prematurely attaching to somebody before vetting them, but also You're not dragging it out. All I'm saying is that women are naturally prone to prematurely attaching to somebody, and this just protects us. It's like a little buffer. It stalls and gives us a little bit of time so that we can vet them and we're not falling for one guy that we've been on one date with and have known for 5 days. Give us like 2 or 3 dates. Let's see if this is it, and then let's lock it in and it's you and me, and if then it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out.
She's saying she expects exclusivity within 3 dates. Let's be clear about what that actually means. She expects a man to commit to her completely, removing all other options, investing emotionally and financially, and pledging loyalty after maybe 6 to 9 hours of total interaction. That's not a reasonable expectation. It's entitlement masked as standards. 3 dates is barely enough time to scratch the surface of who someone actually is. You don't know their values, their character under pressure, their long-term compatibility, their red flags, or whether basic chemistry translates into genuine connection. What you know is their best public presentation and whatever they've chosen to reveal in highly curated settings. Yet she expects a man to lock himself down based on that minimal information, while she reserves the right to continue evaluating whether he's good enough. Here's what this really communicates. I want you fully committed to me immediately while I decide if you're worth my time. That's a one-sided arrangement that benefits only her. Men have learned that women who demand instant exclusivity are often either insecure, controlling, or trying to lock down commitment before he discovers who she really is. Healthy relationships develop naturally over time. Exclusivity should come when both people have enough information to make an informed decision. Usually several weeks or months, not 3 dates. The rush to exclusivity is a red flag, not a standard. If a woman can't handle a man taking time to genuinely know her before committing, she's not ready for a mature relationship. She wants control and validation, not partnership. Men should see this demand for what it is, a test of compliance, not a foundation for genuine connection.
Hi besties, get ready with me for nothing. I'm literally not doing anything. I just blew out my hair. Now I want to do my makeup. I've just been feeling kind of down lately. It's the seasonal depression hitting. You know when you haven't seen somebody in a little bit? It could be like anywhere from like a month, like 5 months or something. The longer it gets, the more this like scenario gets so annoying is when you see somebody and they're like, what's new? Why is there never anything new in my life? I always sit there like being like, girl, what are you thinking about? Like, you know nothing is new. Don't even get me started when people ask about my dating life. Girl, it's literally non-existent. Like, are you seeing anyone? I'm like, no. I went out with my friend the other night and I was at a bar. It wasn't like a dive bar or anything. It was in this like hotel and it's like super cute vibes. I've heard of like some people, there's like cute guys there and stuff. So me and my friend were like, okay, well let's just like go. We had like a glass of wine. Sometimes people say that like maybe you're just like not approachable. So we were like, how can we be like approachable? We're on our phones and we were trying to like scope the room, make eye contact, and like still nothing. Bring back guys who make the first move. I know that we can. I don't even know, like at this point I know like have to go on dating sites, but I don't want to. I think we all need to gang up and like tell our friends who are coupled up, which is like literally basically all of my friends, that they should be helping us single girls meet people, because I just like think that that is so much better to meet somebody through somebody, because like vouch for them, like then you don't have to be as like scared and stuff. Just like so ready to try dating and stuff, but the dating sites just never work for me, never match with anybody. You have to like pay for it. So annoying. It's so damn humbling when I like go through like my likes and see who's liked me, and it's literally I'm like, is this all I can get? And then I just start spiraling and being like, well, is my type, am I gonna be their type? I hate thinking about that. We were just trying to do that as like a social experiment, and I was just like saying how I so badly like want to be the type of girl that like a guy sees out and it's just like, oh my god, like her, like you like lock eyes across the room and then give a little smile and then like maybe he'd come up. That would give me like an opening, like God forbid a girl wants to flirt. And I know that the dating sites work for some people. My sister got married to somebody she met on a dating site. Don't think it's for me. I think results may vary with that one, and I freaking hate when I see the videos that are like, hey girls, like date my brother, here's his credentials and stuff. Thousands and thousands of comments and people are like, oh, I never win these giveaways, or hey, louder than everybody else. Why is there so many attractive beautiful women? There's like such slim pickings of like attractive men, so then when like we do see one, everyone's like, me, I want it, mine. Also, every time I get dressed for like filming these videos, I just put on a cute top and like usually just have bottoms like this, so we're gonna ignore that. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. I genuinely don't understand where people are meeting people who get out of relationships and then a couple months later they're like dating somebody else. I'm like, how do you find so many people to date? Literally do not understand. I can't comprehend it, because I can't even in the 25 years of my goddamn life, I can't even find one person to date. Isn't that bizarre? And it's like, I leave my house, like, know what more I could do. Some people are like, oh, well, maybe like move or pick up these new hobbies. And like, I don't want to go out of my way to do something that I don't want to do just to like meet a man. Moving, like, uprooting my whole life just like in hopes that like I find a man. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would never do that. I don't need a man. I just want one. I need some kind of experience. It's getting so boring. Life is so boring when you don't have a crush. I'm not needing a man to like have fun and like enjoy my life, but it's different that because I've like literally never had that. So those of you who have asked for like a dating update, I have nothing to report, I fear. Also, I like have Hinge. Sometimes I'll like go on there. I didn't deactivate my account or anything. And I so badly just want to be like, oh, I give up. Girl, like, I didn't even like do anything. I didn't even start. Like, what am I giving up? Who knows though? Maybe that does work. If I just say in the new year, 2026, I am done dating. I give up. Me when I didn't go on a date this whole year. But anywho, how are you guys? If you are single in the same boat as me, like, have you guys gone on any dates? Like, I'd love to know. I love when people comment on my video and they're like, girl, I was in the same boat as you and I just like went on a date, or oh, I started dating this guy. I'm like, I'm literally so happy for you. Like, that makes me so happy. It gives me hope, but at the same time I still feel so hopeless, but I'm happy for you guys, of course. So please let me know. Let me know what's going on in your life. Be some protector. I also just feel like I'm so all over the place. Like, I try to start series and then forget about them or like give up. Like my Item Beauty lip series, like I forgot to continue doing that. And also like my blush combo of the day. Like, I don't know. I just, you know what? I don't know. My brain is just like all over the place all the goddamn time. I'm so forgetful. Thinking of like maybe getting tested for ADHD. I feel like I've really been struggling with that lately. I also just have been so paralyzed by like the feeling of just like there's so much that I need to do and like want to get done, but like I feel like I don't have time for everything. Oh my god, I don't know. It sends me into a spiral. Like, genuinely, like making content makes me so happy, but I'm trying not to like let it take away from like being in the moment. Like, I do hang out with my friends and we do stuff. I try to just take little behind the scenes pictures and stuff, but I don't post in real time ever, just for like my safety and stuff, especially if I'm like out and about. But just trying to be like more present in my life and with my friends and stuff. I fall behind on like posting. Grow on here and be successful, you have to like post every day. It's a lot sometimes. I do also work at the hair salon. For those who don't know, I'm a hairstylist in there when I'm not here filming videos. Another thing I've been struggling with, and I need tips if you guys struggled with this, is like I literally cannot get out of bed ever. I sleep in way too late all the time and then I hate myself for it and I like don't get enough done, and now it gets dark at like 4:30, so then it just like sends me into this spiral. I don't know if it's just because like I am a little bit depressed or if it's ADHD and like my brain like gets like super overwhelmed about the fact that like all the things I have to do to get up, and so that I just like don't want to get up. Like, I don't know, I genuinely just cannot get myself out of bed. It's actually driving me insane. I can barely get up before noon. Noon is like literally probably like the time I get up like almost every day. It's so bad and so embarrassing and I literally hate myself for it, but I like don't know how to like change it. I'm like really rambling today, ranting about all my problems. I'm so sorry. Hello. Basically, yeah, that's like what I've been up to, how I've been. How have you guys been? Also, during the holidays, I feel like it does get extra hard with the feeling of like loneliness and singleness. Last night I was like falling asleep and I was just like, what would it be like if I just like had a man in my bed right now holding me, like laying on somebody's chest? Oh my god, like I literally can't even like imagine that. It's like spiraling thinking about that. I'm like, am I ever gonna be able to experience that? I say this every goddamn year, but maybe 2026 will be the year that I finally get to experience love. Genuinely, how many years am I gonna say that for? It's like a hopeless romantic, like rom-com loving girl, so like that's why I want a little meet cute too. Some people are like, you just need to like work on yourself, focus on yourself. I'm like, babe, I've been doing that for 25 years. That's all I've had to focus on and it's been amazing. What do you think I've been doing for the past 25 years? I think some people think that I have these expectations for how it's supposed to happen for me. I really don't. Besides, like, obviously, yeah, there's the fact that like I want to like meet somebody organically and I don't want to be on the dating sites. I'm open to like meeting somebody anyway. I just don't want the dating sites. You know what I mean? But anywho, that's kind of like a little get ready with me / catch up. What I've been up to, what I've been thinking, feeling, dating updates. Also, back to the thing how I was like, there's like never anything going on or anything new in my life. Like when I see people, I didn't mean just like dating updates or like there's like a new man in my life or something. I just mean in general. I'm just like, I just feel like there's like never anything to report. Like, why am I so boring? And then this thing does have to do with the dating, but like when I see people that it's been like a while, like maybe like 2 years or something, like ask about dating life and I'm like, whoa, like wow. Puts it into perspective, like wow, there's still no updates there. Also, I can't say anything yet because I don't know for sure if this is happening. I do have something that is exciting though. Hopefully potentially will be happening in the new year, but that will be something that will be like an interesting little like, oh yeah, so this is what I've been up to. Stay tuned. Well, I feel better. I always feel better after I yap you guys' ear off. My hair is so stiff with hairspray right now, but let's take out the rollers. And my bangs. Okay, I need to brush this through. Okay, volume. Here's the final makeup look. Love you guys so much, and let me know if there's anything else you guys want me to talk about, because you know I will. Bye.
She's requesting that we bring back guys who make the first move. Let's address the irony here.
Women spent the last decade explicitly telling men not to make the first move. Don't approach us at the gym. That's creepy. Don't approach us at coffee shops. We're just trying to get our coffee. Don't approach us on the street. That's harassment. Don't slide into our DMs. That's desperate. Don't ask us out at work. That's inappropriate. Don't approach us anywhere in public. Leave us alone. Men listened. They stepped back. They stopped making the first move because every venue became a potential minefield where a well-intentioned approach could be labeled harassment, cost them their reputation, or get them publicly shamed. Now women are experiencing the consequences of what they demanded, and suddenly they want the old dynamic back. Here's the reality. Men who make the first move still exist. They just learn to be extremely selective about when and with whom they do it. High-value men with options still approach, but only when women make it abundantly clear they're receptive. Average men have largely opted out because the risk-reward ratio is terrible. Why approach when rejection is likely, humiliation is possible, and even success may later be reframed as unwanted attention? If you want men to make the first move again, women need to recreate an environment where approaching feels safe and welcome. That means signaling genuine openness and interest, not just expecting men to read minds and risk social consequences. You can't destroy the culture that encouraged male initiative, then demand men resurrect it while all the same risks and punishments remain in place. Make approaching worth the risk again, and men will do it. Until then, don't be surprised when they protect themselves by doing nothing.
Social media has made the 1% of women who are so freaking stunning and gorgeous available to men visually. This has honestly rotted their freaking brain. They think that if you are not like social media hot in real life, which is so unattainable for most of us women, that you are just like no good, you're mid, you're nothing. They will just bash you. But here's the thing. The social media hottie, they have positioned themselves in a way where these men feel like, oh, I might have a chance. Let me tell you something, honey bunny. No, you the fuck you do not. Unless you're Jeff Bezos or some extremely rich man or have some sort of lineage of wealth, you have zero access to these women. So you need to fall in line. Meanwhile, most of us women are happy if you even look like a freaking thumb. As long as you're nice to us, the bar is so goddamn low. Okay, you can look like thing. All right, you don't even need to be much. You don't even need to really be that appealing. Are you nice? Are you maybe not going to cheat on us for a little bit? Are you going to treat us right? Like, honestly, the bar for men is so goddamn low. And they just think like, oh, look at this girl I'm scrolling through. You don't know her, and she don't know you, and she don't want to. Okay, you really have, honestly, you're rotted. You're rotted, okay? You're cooked. There's no way that the 1%, which seems like there's more because on social media, do you know how many people are in this world? So fucking many, okay? And that 1% of smart women, of stunning, beautiful, intelligent women come on this app because God bless you, queen. You know what you're doing and how to make money. But it has made men have this illusion of availability that they can actually get women like that. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. So stop. Halt. Pump the brakes. You are not all that. In fact, most women hate men. And in this era of having a man is embarrassing, you should be blessed to have a woman even blink in your direction, okay? But the availability of these like super hotties is not what you think it is, okay? It's really not that serious. Y'all better stop.
She's claiming that social media has cooked men's brains into thinking they have a chance with the top 1% of extremely hot women. Let's be honest about who social media has actually affected more. Yes, some men develop unrealistic standards by constantly viewing models and influencers online, but the data and observable behavior reveal a far more significant problem on the other side. Social media has absolutely destroyed women's perception of their own value and what they can realistically attract. Dating apps and Instagram have given average women access to attention from high-value men. Likes, comments, DMs from attractive, successful guys who are realistically out of their league for anything serious. These men might engage casually, but they're not committing. Yet women interpret this temporary access as proof of their market value. An average woman gets attention from men who are 7s, 8s, and 9s, and suddenly she believes that's her dating pool.
She rejects the men at her actual level, solid 5s and 6s, who would commit, because she's convinced she deserves the guys who are only giving her attention for casual encounters. This is why average women have impossible standards now. Social media gave them a distorted mirror that reflects validation from men far above their league, and they've mistaken that validation for genuine romantic interest and availability. Meanwhile, average men are largely realistic about their options. They know the Instagram model isn't attainable, but average women genuinely believe they should be with the top 20% of men because those men give them temporary attention online. So no, social media hasn't primarily cooked men's brains. It's created an epidemic of inflated self-assessment among women who can't distinguish between being noticed and being chosen. That's why dating is broken. Women are holding out for men who will never commit to them, while rejecting the men who actually would.
Last night, I literally sent back like 3 drinks to the bar that people were sending to me because they knew I was on a solo date by myself. I didn't even sit at the bar. I sat at a table by myself because I was at one of my favorite restaurants and I wanted to actually enjoy my meal in peace. There's something very empowering about going on solo dates. You literally have free will and do whatever you want to do. You want to do. The men be mad when I tell y'all to have a roster. Men be mad when I say we ain't going 50-50. They be mad when we decide to live for ourselves and be anything other than they fucking slaves. That's why I love solo dates so much, because you are literally just like living for yourself. You ain't sitting there trying to entertain somebody. You ain't get dressed to look good for somebody else. The moment is all about you. When I tell y'all, I've been turning down dates all week, left and right, because I'm just enjoying my solo dates way more. Honestly, I think life is so much better when you are just not dating at all. When you just pouring all your time and energy into yourself, prioritizing yourself. That's really the cheat code. Build your own identity as an individual woman first. Like, your identity should not be attached to a man. It shouldn't be attached to no kids. That's another reason why solo dates are important, because it helps you realize things that you're interested in. It helps with your social skills. You really learn so much about yourself when you hang out with yourself. And the better you know yourself, the less bullshit you will accept from other people. You know what you want. You know how you want to be treated. You're not going to let nobody else treat you any less than what you treat yourself. You make those rules. You set those standards. But in order to set those standards, you have to know yourself. You got to know what you want. You got to know what you like, what you don't want. You got to know your non-negotiables. When I say things like, don't be afraid to ask a man for what you want, I'm not always or only talking about money. Literally, whatever it is that you want out of a relationship, you have to know that. If you want to have children, if you want to be married, if you want to live in the same house but have your own bedroom, if you want a man that's a provider and he pays 100% of everything and you stay at home and just be a housewife, or if you don't mind going 50-50 and having a job and contributing 50% to the bills, like, the choice is yours, but you have to know what you want. If you're just looking for a little fling, for a little good time, listen, I don't judge. Just know what you want. And don't be afraid to express that to the person you are dating. You have to ask those questions. You got to have those hard conversations so you can know if you are on the same page, so your time won't be wasted, or his or hers. Imagine dating somebody for a whole 8 months and then finally you tell him, like, you know, I really dream of having a beautiful wedding one day. And he like, hell no, I don't never want to get married. That's 8 months of your time wasted. The sad part is some women stay around thinking they could change the man. That's a no-no. Or some women will settle and try to pretend like they okay with not getting what they really want. And deep down inside, they unhappy. The choice is yours. Prioritize your needs, your wants, and your interests. I mean, we only get one fucking life to live. You don't want to regret it. Because, baby, these men are selfish. They gonna always get what they want. Oh, these men ain't gonna put shit on hold for you. And I stand on not going 50-50. See, I went 50-50 in a relationship for damn near 10 years, okay? And, you know, that situation was a little different. I don't regret it. I definitely learned a lot from it. But the reason why I will never, ever, 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 ever go 50-50 again is because it's never 50-50. As a woman, we always gonna bear way more responsibilities when it comes to housework, the children. Sometimes these men feel obligated to our bodies. And then to have the stress of having to go to work and pay 50% of the bills, it's just ghetto. Well, personally, I feel like as a man, the least you can do is pay the fucking bills. Pay all of the bills. I'll take care of my responsibilities. It's not that I don't have responsibilities, because I do, but I don't want to have to be stressed out about money and paying bills. Like, let him handle that. I've been single for so long, it's hard for me to even fucking imagine living in a house with another man. Oh my goodness, like, I be nervous when I think about that. Like, I don't even oh honey. I think partnership is beautiful when it's healthy and everybody playing their part, but it's hard. When you are in a relationship, you don't control your own peace. You have somebody else there that has a huge impact on your peace. You got to be ready to be very unselfish. Let me stand correct. When I tell y'all to have a roster when y'all dating, that does not mean have sex with everybody. You shouldn't be having sex with nobody, honestly, but your husband, okay? I mean, date multiple people. Dating is like an interview process, and the best motherfucking employee gets the job. I always hear y'all talking about, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of work. But you know what's even more work? Choosing the wrong motherfucker. That's even more work, hurt and pain and suffering that you got to deal with. When you are dating, you can deal with these men as you please. Ain't no rules, no obligations. You don't owe none of them shit, because ain't none of them your man. Ain't none of them your husband. You make the rules. If he really like you, he gonna play by him. Also, learn to cut a nigga off at the first sign of disrespect. He's showing you now what that relationship gonna look like 10 years from now. Okay, I know y'all tired of hearing me preach. I just had to get this off my chest. Can we talk about how tea this lip combo is, though? It's the You Have Me at Espresso Pencil and Snatch Matte Lipstick from La Nation Shop Beauty. You can go find it on my website, LaNationShop.com, or La Nation Shop's TikTok page. Oh, come watch the next video so y'all can see what I'm about to wear. I'm going out with one of my girls tonight.
She says men are mad when she doesn't have a roster, mad about not going 50-50, and mad when she lives for herself instead of being their slave. Let's translate what she's actually saying. Men don't want me keeping backup options while demanding exclusive commitment from them, and I'm calling that being mad I don't have a roster. Men expect equal financial contribution after I demanded equality in everything else, and I'm calling that oppression. Men want an actual partner who considers their needs, not just someone who does whatever she wants, and I'm framing that as not wanting to be your slave. This is manipulative language designed to make reasonable expectations sound like abuse. Men don't care if you don't have a roster. We prefer it. We just don't want you entertaining other men while demanding we stay loyal. That's basic respect, not control. Men don't care about 50-50 if you're bringing traditional feminine value, cooperation, support, genuine partnership. We care when you demand equality everywhere except the bill, then call us broke when we expect reciprocity. Men absolutely don't want slaves. We want women who contribute to the relationship instead of treating partnership like it's servitude. Living for yourself sounds empowering until you realize it means I do whatever I want and you accommodate me completely. That's not independence. That's narcissism. Men aren't mad. Men are opting out of dealing with women who weaponize victimhood language to avoid basic relationship responsibilities. Call it whatever you want, we're still walking away.